So hey everybody, this is Shelley and I'm here with Mary Lou and Ellen, and I just wanted to show them this really effective way of having a conversation with people in your parties that results in bookings and recruit leads. And I started using this on Thursday and we have 4 recruits so far. And more people
It's Thursday.
who have, yes, I just started using it and today is Monday. So let me kind of demonstrate that for you and show you, okay? So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and you guys can see my screen. That's freaking out. For me, it's fluttering, it's flashing. So I don't know how I can get this to stop. Is it flashing to you guys?
Well, this is Becca's form, right?
Yeah, this is Becca's. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're looking at, maybe I have too many things open. Okay, for me, it's flashing. This recording is not going to work well. So this is Becca's form, and I'm going to share this with you. But this is how to start a conversation with a guest at a party. And it starts off on the first day of your party, the pre-party. And the way you do it is, the goal is to relationship build. It's to build a relationship one-on-one with the folks in your party who are engaging, but not do it in the party, but in a Facebook message. So the way you get it started is you post a guessing game on the pre-party day 1, which for us is Friday. And it could be anything, but let me show you the one that I did the other day. So here's Ginger's party, and oh, my screen is really fluttering. Okay, so here's Ginger's party, and I'm going to look up games, and I'm going to go and show you the one that I posted, and it's right here. And it says, game time. This is an easy way to get started. It says, send me a message with your guess of how many candies are in the blender. How many treats are in the blender? Now, one thing we need to do is we need to make these pictures and put the words on the picture. It says, message me your guess, because they're not doing it. There's 26 comments on here. So if they're not reading the instructions, you post a little message that says, message me your guesses, okay?
Right.
But what that does is it gets them to send you a message in Facebook, and Facebook likes that. Facebook likes it if you're not friends with people and they message you versus you message them. They think that's great because they're choosing to interact with you. So that's fabulous. And if they're not your friends, you actually have to look in a special place to find those messages. And the place is here under messages. You click on messages, and up here at the top, it will say message requests. See right there above Ellen's name? It says message requests. Right now, I don't have any new ones, that is. But that's where you find those messages. And I'm going to go
do that again. You go to this like you would normally do a message.
A message. And in light gray at the top, it says message requests. Right there.
Okay, that's, okay, all right.
Okay.
Found mine, but that's okay.
That's where they'll show up. And I'm going to stop sharing for just a second and see if I can get this to stop fluttering on me.
Okay, I'm looking for my guessing game. I'll see how many I have.
Right. So back one more time to sharing my screen. Okay, so it's up here right at the top, and it will say message requests. And when you click on that, you'll see people start to say like 22, 85, 33. And when you get that message from them, you go, so how to start a conversation. This is getting to know them first with the following message. Here's what you said. You said, thanks for playing. The correct answer was, and in this case, it was 66. And you know that because you've got the picture for the game and the answer. You're going to post that later. And it says, I'm excited you're joining the party. How do you know our lovely host? Are you a Pampered Pro or are you new to it? I have got so many conversations from last Friday when I did this, and people were answering me like crazy. Let me show you just one. This girl answered 50, And I said, thanks for playing. The correct answer was 66. I'm excited you're joining the party. So, and it asked them a couple questions about themselves, but guess what? People will answer and tell you. So this girl just said from work, but let me find another one. Lisa Marie. She answered 60. I said, how do you know the host? She goes, Kathy's my manager at Cigna. I'm new to it. Okay, so now what do you say next? Go back to your script, and you go, oh, so cool. Nice to meet you. What are some of your favorite products? Or if they're brand new, what does cooking look like for you, and what keeps you busy in your area? Let's look at our example. I said, she says she was new to it. And I go, great. What does cooking look like for you? What keeps you busy in your area? She goes, oh, I don't like how long it takes to cook dinner. I come home at 5 and I don't want to stand in the kitchen. And so that right there, you can stop right there for the time being, but you're kind of just developing a conversation with folks. I did the other day, and she came right back. Who was that? Danielle. Let me find Danielle. She came right back and said, I would do Pampered Chef except blah, 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 blah. Here's how this conversation went. This was Friday. And it was the exact same conversation. And I go, see, she thinks there's 48 pieces. I go, thanks for playing. She goes, she's new to it. The host's my mom. And so far she goes, boom. I'd love to sign up to be a consultant, but I've done a lot of marketing brands and never really did good. So I'm hesitant to do it again. She is, boom, gone right for it. Now in this script that we're using, what it does is it's you starting just kind of that chit-chatting. You're not doing a hard sell to anybody. You're not asking her to book a party. You're not asking her to sign up. All you're doing at this stage is getting to know them. That's it. Stop. Then 2 days later, you post a game. You play a paycheck game where they're supposed to guess your income, and they're supposed to send you their guess. Some of the people you've already started a conversation with, some of them are going to be brand new. And this is the way it goes. And this is huge. They send you a guess. It says like $600, $200, whatever it is. You go, great guess. Here's the answer. Tell me what you think. After they respond, you say something like, usually they'll go, wow, shoot, that's cool, or whatever. You go, thank you. It's been a big blessing for my family. Now, this might be the furthest thing from your mind, but I'm curious because it sounds like you love Pampered Chef. Have you ever thought about doing something on the side for a little income? Wait for their answer. Okay, if they don't play the paycheck game, but they're super involved in the party, here's a version of that question you can just send to somebody who's absolutely engaged all over the place. And it's the same thing. Hey, I noticed how much fun you're having in the party and how much you adore Pampered Chef. I couldn't help but ask because I think you'd be amazing. Have you ever thought about doing something like this on the side for a little extra income? When you get positive responses to that, this flow of the conversation walks them from 0 to 10 where they're ready to sign up. Watch how it flows. So maybe they say, oh, I hadn't thought of that. What do you have to do? Or you answer and you say, what do you have to do? There's a lot of amazing things about it. And you ask them, what would interest you about trying something like it? The free products, the extra income, the flexibility, ? You've just given them 3 benefits of doing Pampered Chef, and they're going to pick one or more. So in my experience of doing this with probably 15 people since I started it on Thursday, they'll say, oh, it would be the income, or oh, it would be the flexibility and the products. No matter what it is they say, here's your answer. Oh yeah, the free products are amazing. You can get, this is brilliant, you can get a free upgrade to your cookware and cutlery when you're new.
Say that again.
You can get a free upgrade to your cookware and cutlery when you're new, right? The fast track reward program with the pots and the pans and the knives you can get. And so then your next question is, how much money would you like to make a month if you could? And about how much time could you put into it per day or week? Okay. And they answer. They say, oh, I had one gal who's signing up. She said, I could probably commit about 20 hours a week. I was like, really? Really? Most of them are saying, oh, I could do an hour a day, or I could do half an hour a day. And this little chart right here is something Becca put together based on doing
Right.
one party, 2 or 4 a week. Okay, one party a week takes about 15 to 20 minutes a day. And so if you're doing 4 parties in 1 month at 23% commission and a 600 average party, you're making $500 a month. Okay, here's for 2 parties a week, here's for 4 parties a week. So based on what they answer, time or money, you send them the appropriate example. You don't send them all of these. You say, you know, if you have a gal set, oh, 30 minutes a day. So then you say, oh, well, great. So if you did that, and let's say you spent 30 minutes a day for 2 parties a week, and you just copy and paste and send this to her, and you send her the commission chart, and you copy and paste this message with her numbers in it. Awesome. You could earn $1,000 a month for just working 30 minutes a day. Is that something you could see yourself doing? Notice how each response ends in another question that moves them to the next step. And they're very, very gentle, right? It's like, if you could, how much money would you want to earn? If you could, how much time a day could you spend? When they say yes or sure to that, you say, great, it's a great payout. You give them an example of you in your first month. So Mary Lou, you'd be able to say, I did 2 parties my first month. What are your parties at, Mary Lou?
Last time I checked, one was still at 0 and one was at about 533 or so.
Okay. So she's got 1 party at 0, 1 party over $500 for her first 2 parties. And she doesn't really even know what she's doing yet, because these are her very first ones. So yay,
No, I
Mary
don't
Lou.
know what I'm doing.
Don't know what you're doing. Yeah,
No.
I've just been feeding you the steps, right? So it's only going to
Yes.
get better from there. And in general, what our team approach is that folks get started with 4 new parties every week, because every 4 you do, one of them's going to flop, one of them's going to pop and do great, and 2 of them are going to be kind of average. Okay, you've got 2 right now one's kind of flopping and one's popping. And so if you had 4, you'd be seeing that like expanded, right? Okay, great. So so you send them this line that has some examples, and when they tell you, and you send it, so the last part of that says, so these are the kits you can pick from. It's crazy all the stuff that comes in them. Which one would you get if you could? They tell you which kit they want. And you say, oh yeah, that's a good one. I love the rock crock that's in the kit, the quick cooker, the salad chopper, whatever, name a product that's in one of the kits. And the next question is, so what questions would you have about trying this out? Okay, you answer any questions they have, and once you feel you've answered them all, you send them your consultant link and say this. It says, it sounds like we've talked through this pretty well. And by this point we have, right? We've talked about the time commitment. We've talked about what she could earn. We've talked about what kit she would be interested in. And we've really walked through pretty much, we've been very thorough, answered all her questions. So it says, I'd love to help you try it. Give it a try to earn that income that you mentioned you like. Here's my link with more info to start. Do you feel like you're ready to give it a try? And you attach your link, and it's the link for your personal website specifically to the Be a Consultant page. Okay, so the format looks just like this, and you put where it says Shelley Valet, you put your website name right in that spot, and that's what you send to them. Okay, so and then the piece that I've been adding right in here is I recommend that we get a launch party started for you where you are the host, and I've got the 25th or the 1st. Which one do you want? Okay, so here's one of the examples of how this worked. Friday, Ginger started her online party. And that night, after seeing some of the posts that I did about the kit and whatnot from just the pre-party day, she went online and signed up. Okay, and there's and I'm going to show you the outline that we're following is Becca's outline for your parties. And this is very similar to what we've been doing, but it starts right at the top as soon as you've booked the party. And one of the things you do is you send to the host, here you set it up, you set it up, you set it up, you send the host a message, you get them adding to their party Tuesday, Wednesday, and you get to Thursday, you send a recruiting seed message to the host that this is Thursday before the pre-party starts on Friday. And I did this for Ginger. I said, hey, one more thing for today. You may not have booked a party thinking about this, but if you'd like to spend $39 or pick one of these kits today before your show starts, I'll let you make the money on the show instead of me. You'll still get all the host rewards. On average, you'll make $100 on a party. Let me know if you're interested or have questions today. Becca has in this outline that we're now using, effective just last week, a recruiting message to the host every 2 days. It's a seed. I started using this for my parties that started Friday. I've got 5 of them, and I only got this in my hands on Thursday. And on Thursday, I sent this message to Kathy and to Ginger, and I had Mary Lou send it to Terry and to Julia, her 2 parties, right? And Kathy said no, and the next day came back and said, I'm regretting saying no. Gosh darn it. So she's going to sign up at the end of the party. Ginger didn't answer when I sent it to her. And that next day, the first pre-party day, she ordered her kit that night. And doing this process in her party, that conversation process, I already have Danielle and Heather from Ginger's parties who want to sign up, who are set for their own online launch parties to start this Friday with Ginger as their consultant. And so we've already got her to team leader status, and she doesn't even know what the heck is going on yet, but she is off and running. Okay. Does that help? Does that make sense?
But you've already got that party set up and you're going to run it.
Yeah.
But you have to go back and change the shopping link then.
So for Ginger's party, which was already set up, I gave her the chance on Thursday to tell me if she wanted the sales from her party. And she didn't jump on it. It got started, people started ordering. She signed up as a consultant, so that's great. But she missed that window, so now that party is gone.
Okay, all right. Because all of a
it's
sudden,
already in progress, and she doesn't know what the steps are yet.
And you've got members in the party. You've got a shopping link there. People are using it, right? Okay.
They're ordering. It's going on. In fact, she's got a huge party going. Here's Ginger's party. She's got 44 people going, and she currently has at least 3 orders that I saw so far. 44 people going, okay? And And so I'm just proceeding along, and the people I'm booking, they're going to be gingers. The people who want
Right.
to sign,
Okay.
they're going to be
Right.
gingers.
And you want to book them because you want her to get off to a solid start. I know that this is
Way
your
ahead. Way ahead of the game. Yep,
way ahead
exactly.
of the game.
Way ahead of the game. And so there's some of that conversation is interwoven into this overall outline, but in general, there's two pieces of information that you're using. One is that conversation about hosting and booking. So that's that, okay? What I was just referring to. And then the other is this, and it is the overall outline that we're all following. And it starts from setting up your parties, setting up your business page, setting up your Facebook groups, the description, what you send to the host, the whole bit. And for Mary Lou and Ellen, who'd been using our prior to last week's system, this is the same. It's just way smoother. Okay, it really is concise, and it's consolidated some of the steps and put it all in one place for you. So, and it just, the Friday before the party, here's the good party, bad party message. It says, go look at a good party and a bad party and tell me why you think they were good and they're bad. Put the link right there. One message, right? Ask them to fill out your VIP host survey. I put that in there. Make the group, right? It just kind of goes, and here's the description. So it's all exactly the same, but it's all sitting right here in this document. Here, send this message to the host. She's having them invite 300 people, and they're doing it. They're doing it. And then she tells them why. Here's how much you're going to get as a host, right? Okay. But the part I want you to see is the conversations that she has in here, whether it's with the host or it's with the guest. There's a spot down here. I'm going to go to, there it is. So here is party day 3 is Tuesday. And she does another recruiting seed to the host that talks about, hey, you've already earned enough to get the kit credit. And then it says time to get bookings. And here's what to do with the entire party. So you look through the entire party and look at each person who commented 2 or more times. And you jot those down. You should have 5 to 15 of those people, depending on the size of the party. And you'll send them a message, and there's 2 possible messages, a rockstar message or a wish list message. And it says, hey, you're a rock star, you've been commenting a ton, and it asks them if they want to host a party. Or if they had something big on their wish list, hey, I saw that you commented and you've got the knife set or the grill pan on your wish list, and it asks them about having a party. There's your 2 messages. Okay, and you could have already been starting a message with, already been in conversation with these folks because they played your games earlier in the week. You've already developed a relationship with them. All right, is this helpful?
Makes sense.
Okay, on this one right here, the other night, Michelle called me, yet another brand new consultant on our team. She called me. She did Pampered Chef on our team in 2011. And she called me and said, I saw the $39 kit. I want to get restarted. And I'm sitting there, I'm on the phone with her going, oh, what do I do, right? Guess what? I went right to this spot. Where is it? Oh, there one. I said to her, wow, there's lots of amazing things going on with Pampered Chef right now. What would interest you about trying something like it? The free products, the extra income, or the flexibility? I'm on the phone with her, and I use this on the phone. And she answered, and I go, oh, great, you can get a free upgrade to your cookware and cutlery when you're new. How much money would you like to make? And how much time would you put into it? A day or a week? She answered. I gave her the appropriate example and said, how does that sound? And she said, oh my gosh. And I said, do you have any questions? And she asked me her questions. And I said, would you like to start your lunch party on the 25th of the 1st? And she picked the 25th and it started. Good?
Cool.
Okay. So we have everything in place for astronomical growth. And guess what? We are seeing astronomical growth. So for those of you who are brand spanking new, get started with this. If you're watching the recording, I want you to get started with this. Mary Lou, when you start doing this and you have people ask you questions and you may not know the answer to it, I just want you to take a screenshot of the conversation and send it to me. If you're watching this, send it to your recruiter or your director and say, help, how do I answer this? And we will give you that help. And then we'll get them set up, either order their kit with a lunch party or start a lunch party to get the kit credit, whichever they want. And you are rocking 4 parties a week. And we roll them into the 0 to hero calls. We roll them into that first intro call with me. And we have got everything in place. And even video recordings like this one and others that'll show you exactly how to do the steps. And it takes about 2 weeks to get completely feeling solid with these online parties. So, any questions? Is it helpful?
Yes.
Is it helpful? Because you were hitting me with various questions, but is it helpful to kind of see it sequentially, right?
It's helpful to see the whole flow.
The flow, yeah, the flow. And I can take screenshots of some of the conversations that I've had, and they look exactly like that script. And it's like, oh my, and there were like a bunch of them going on at the same time. So you just set aside a time of the day where you answer them all at the same time. You don't keep coming back a little at a little. You, once in the morning, bangs them out, once in the evening, and you're done for the day.
Okay, I had that round 1 of the how much is the paycheck thing in my pre-party.
Yeah.
I haven't responded to them yet. Now it's the next day. I could still go back and respond to them and start a conversation.
Precisely. And if they posted in the party, just reply and said, message me your answer. And you know, message me your answer to get your ticket or whatever. Just say, message me the answer. They'll do it.
Okay, so as opposed to going in and messaging them, go back to that post and say, message me your answer and see who responds.
Because you want them to message you. Facebook likes it better if you're not friends yet. If
right, okay.
They message you versus the other way around. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mary Lou, what questions do you have?
And none right now. I'm still taking it all in.
Okay, great. All right. What have you seen that's been most helpful for this from what we just covered?
Let me hold on.
Okay.
Just I think what Ellen said, that you can see the flow, you can see it step by step.
Right.
It's a little more broken out.
Okay. So I will do this again for our group on 0 to Hero. Thank you for letting me practice on you. I'm going to show you the last little piece, okay, real quick. And it's in this conversation. If you get through or to any point in that conversation about them doing Pampered Chef or giving it a try, when you get, if they don't say yes and they don't join, what you do is you add that person to your temperature list.
To your what?
Your temperature list. Hot, warm, cold.
Okay.
Okay. So folks that go on the cold list means like they were very uninterested. I mean, they asked you questions, but they didn't really respond. Cold list, they go into your contacts where you make a cold list and you send them an email once a month with the new special, the new signing bonus. That's a cold list. they were kind of lukewarm about it. They asked some questions, but they weren't ready to go for it and kind of not too sure. They're on the warm list. They get an email, a message at the first of the month with this month's special, and mid-month you send them a copy of your paycheck and say, hey, we talked about it. Are you interested? Hot list, both of those. They get both of those pieces. Plus, you send them a testimonial video from the website on the 4th week of the month. Those videos are great. You can just send the link for those videos. Hey, I was thinking about you. Here's a little testimonial about doing Pampered Chef that I thought would be interesting for you. Let me know if you want to talk to me, right? And so the hot, warm, cold. You just keep that running list, and they'll get long. Those lists should get long. Huge lists, right? So I will send you this little screenshot of this hot, cold, warm list so that you can see that. And I'll send you this verbiage, the conversations. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good. Thank you guys so much for letting me share. I'm going to stop the recording so we can share this with everybody else.